Playmakers, how's it going? This is Coach Wood, and we are back, you guys, for some more content. We are rocking through the week, and I'm so glad that you guys decided to come back and join me, you guys. So, if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you so much. You could be anywhere in the world, but you decided to rock with Coach Wood, so I appreciate it, and I truly do not take that lightly. This is the Before You Go Pro channel, you guys. This is where we talk football, and we talk football geared to you young football players, you parents, you coaches out there, and the fans that love this great game. So with this, you guys, this is the Weekday Huddle, where you can come every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I will be right here covering some of the key topics in the football industry, the things that pertain to you young student athletes, your families of athletes, your coaches, and the fans, all right? So before we get into today's topic, and today's topic is one that is specifically for you kids that are on the gridiron, you guys that are getting after it and trying to make your dreams come true. This topic's for you. But before we get started with today's topic, you guys, please go down to the description box. Check out the resources that we have for all of you guys that are in the industry. There's resources for your parents, your guardians, the coaches out there. There's NIL resources too. So go down in the description box. Check out what we've already gathered for you guys and make sure that you take full advantage of that. Also, if you haven't already, you guys, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. We've got tons of free content. We've got some amazing things on the docket for 2026, and we want you to be a part of it. We want to have the best organic football audience in all of YouTube, and you guys need to help us out with that. We can't do it without you, all right? So go down, hit the subscription button. Go down, check out the description box, and make it happen. That's the play that we're running today. Now, let's get into today's topic, you guys. I'm a coach at heart. We work with athletes with Before You Go Pro that are playing from the NFL professional level on down, all the way down to high school. So I'm coaching daily. And this is my opportunity to reach out to more of you guys. And today's topic is particularly good for you young football players. It's something that I wish I would have dialed into a little bit more when I was on the field. And that's what Before You Go Pro is all about, and the Weekday Huddle is bringing the things to you guys so that you don't have to go through some of the things Coach Wood went through or some of these other people. We want to learn and we want to grow. And anytime, you guys, that you hear a superstar having a sit down, a legend talking about their process or talking about what they did to be great, that's a time to get your pen, your paper, and make sure that you sit up close and you dial in, because they're giving you the gems. They're giving you the nuggets that you need to take, and literally you can take them to the bank. And I recently heard the great Tom Brady, and depending on who you're talking about, you may be talking to about the best quarterback that's ever played the game when you talk about Tom Brady. So of course, when Tom Brady speaks, if you're a football player, you need to listen. And I was listening to Tom Brady talk about the things that take no talent. The things that take no talent. He truly believes that the thing that made him great was that he optimized, he focused on, he maximized, you guys, the things that take no talent. And that's amazing to say, because obviously Tom Brady was talented. But I mean, let's call a spade a spade. If we were to say, hey, name the best quarterback all time, or who you think is the best as far as arm strength, you're probably not going to name Tom Brady. If you ask who was the most mobile quarterback to ever play the game, or the one you think of first when you think of a mobile quarterback, you're not going to think of Tom Brady. When you think of who's got the best body, who just looks like a physical Adonis, you may think of Josh Allen or something, but you're not going to think of Tom Brady. So the one guy who may be the greatest quarterback, you guys, the most prized position in all of sports, the guy who may be the greatest quarterback of all time, he is not first fiddle. He's not the first thing you think of, the first person you think of when you think of some of the key attributes that most people would consider physical attributes that most people would consider key to a great quarterback. Tom Brady's not going to be the first person you think of. But if someone asks you who's the greatest quarterback of all time, who's the greatest competitor of all time in football, he is going to be somebody that most people think of. So, in listening to Tom, he said the thing that made him special, you guys, was the things that took no talent. And that should be good for all of us to hear, right? Is that you could become the greatest in your field, maximizing, focusing on, and paying attention to the things that take no talent. Now, Tom Brady is unique, you guys, because I actually got to see Tom Brady live and up close before he was ever Tom Brady. I got to see Tom Brady in high school. Tom Brady was actually he's from the Bay Area, and that's where Coach Wood is from. That's where I'm from. And I got to see him in high school because his high school, Junipero High School, is in the same league as my high school. In high school. Now, Tom is a couple years older than me, so I was a sophomore when he was a senior. However, I was a quarterback in high school, and obviously Tom was too. So I had a summer, you guys, where I went to a quarterback school called Tom Martinez Quarterback School. My head coach sent me there. I'm getting ready from my sophomore year to my junior year to take over the varsity spot. And Tom had just finished his senior year at Junipero High School, and he was headed to Michigan. Already knew he was headed to Michigan when I was in quarterback camp with Tom. So obviously everybody's paying attention to Tom at quarterback camp. But lo and behold, we didn't know that quite possibly the greatest quarterback of all time is at this camp, right? One thing I do remember, and this was obviously years ago, you guys, but things stick out in your head, especially when you're young. One thing that I remember without a shadow of a doubt, Tom was always the first one there. He was already warming up, doing his thing by the time most of us got there, and he was one of the last ones to leave. He always wanted to get extra work after the camp work. He was always willing. It wasn't even like a thought to pack up and leave. It was like, okay, bye everybody, time for more work. So when you hear him, the older Tom, say, hey, I wanted to maximize the things that took no talent, it makes sense. It makes sense. And I think he got even more of a chip on his shoulder once he kind of got done wrong at Michigan, where they played around with him up and down the depth chart. They brought in Drew Henson. He had some turmoil when he was at Michigan, and I think that made him dial in even more to the things that take no talent. Because he got moved up and down the depth chart with some people at Michigan that they thought had more talent than him. So I think that once he turned pro and he got to New England, he dialed even more into, you guys, the things that take no talent. So if you are an athlete listening to this, and let's say you're not getting the playing time on the team that you're currently on, or let's say that you're moving up a level and you're going to have to fight your way up the depth chart, or maybe there's a young buck that's hot and he's right there with you. You're going to have to fight for the position. You've got to own, you've got to win the things that take no talent. And I wish I would have realized that, because as you go up the ladder of success in football, you guys, the talent margin gets smaller. The talent margin gets smaller. When Tom went from high school to college, the talent margin got small. That the people in the room with you could do the same things. When I played DB, you see the helmet behind me, played DB at the University of Colorado. When I was in high school, maybe one of my teammates could do the same thing. I had another teammate that ended up coming with me to Colorado. He was a DB too. Maybe one of my teammates, two of my teammates could do the same thing. that I could do or similar things. When I got to Colorado, the whole room could do what I can do. So it becomes more about what are you special at as you get up the ranks. It becomes more specialized. Okay, this DB can really tackle. Nobody is going to break a tackle on this DB. This DB is our best in pass coverage. This DB is great at covering guys in the slot. But nobody's going to be the best at everything, most likely. You're going to have to find something you can specialize in. And then another thing is as the talent margin gets smaller, it's ironic the things that take no talent get bigger. Isn't that ironic? As the talent margin gets smaller between everybody in the room, the things that take no talent get bigger. Who shows up on time to practice? Who stays later? Who knows the playbook the best? Who knows how to handle a relationship with the coach the best? Those things get bigger. All right. So very, very interested to hear Tom, once again, the greatest guy to possibly play the position, say, hey, the thing that made me great was that nobody was going to beat me at the things that took no talent. Nobody was going to know that playbook better than me. All right. So you guys keep that in mind. Obviously, talent is a thing. Speed is a thing. Lifting weights is a thing. But you can maximize your opportunities and you can beat somebody out if you go extra hard in the things that also take no talent. Because you know what that breeds? That breeds consistency, and coaches want consistent players. All right. So hopefully you guys got a lot out of today's Weekday Huddle, you guys. We cover the top topics in the industry. We cover teaching topics that pertain to you guys being able to get off and make plays and get the scholarship opportunities and things that you want, the NIL dollars that you want. Come to the huddle, because we're going to cover all of it, baby. And I hope that you guys bring a friend next time, too. So make sure that you get down in the description box. Also, depending on when you see this, we are kicking off our new season for the Locker Room Show. So that's every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. The Guru comes and joins me. We bring in the best, you guys, the best in the college football industry, in the pros, high school coaches. We bring in agents, people from the football industry to share their stories, to share their advice, and to share their love with you guys. So, hey, Thursdays, every single Thursday, live, YouTube. Come by the Before You Go Pro channel, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, the Weekday Huddle every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, and then 1 p.m. Eastern, just with Coach Wood. And we'll be covering some key topics. All right, you guys? So hit that subscribe button. I will see you in the next episode, baby. Have a good one.